Hi, Tim Sells here. In this series of videos, I'm talking about what prevents someone from becoming a rep. And this specific video is prospects think they don't know how. And what I would say is don't invalidate yourself. All right? And here's why. Is because knowledge is power in both past and future. So I use the word packets because it's an internet phrase, but you can just picture just a packet of knowledge, all right? And so a packet of knowledge from training manuals or webinars or watching other people. In other words, this is your education that you've acquired over your lifetime. And then there is packets of experience. In other words, you've had experiences that you also get to combine together. Your history in talking with people and others talking to you. You hearing somebody at church talking. You hearing somebody sing. You hearing somebody, just all the different conversations you've ever heard, right? And then there's packets of imagination. So you combine these two right here, and then you get to imagine. And that's a third one. And you can add you to this or not. In other words, if somebody has a script that works really well and you don't want to add yourself into that with the imagination, don't. Okay? I didn't for probably the first 200 prospects that I ever talked to. I just went right straight on the script. Because if it worked for somebody else, I knew I couldn't talk well. So I am that person that didn't know how. But this is how I overcame it, okay? So all three of these is what is your messaging. Well, what's messaging? Messaging is how you communicate a product or a business. So if you're trying to get a rep, you're communicating the business. If you're trying to get a customer, you're communicating the product. And so that is your messaging. And the messaging is like, okay, so you put it out there and you go through, 20, 30 customers or prospects. Did it work? Yes, keep it. No, go back, learn some more, get some more experience, imagine more, and do your messaging. Okay? So a person who thinks they don't know is not including future knowledge, experience, and imagination. They're only thinking about their past. All right? And so that's a mistake. And all the messaging occurs right here. So this thing is called the pipeline, and you generate a lead, you contact that lead, you set an appointment for them to see a presentation, and then you follow up with them. And they become a customer, you serve them, you make money. Or they do not, and they go off the board. You follow up until they say yes or no, is the simple part. Every business in the world, somebody who doesn't want to do this is saying, I don't want to be a business owner. Because every business in the world must do this. And so messaging is used inside this pipeline. People say, it takes time. No, it takes quantity. You can be in network marketing for 20 years and never figure out your messaging because you didn't move the quantity. And so, my wife about had a heart attack when I first talked to her, and I said, just get 100 leads and bury them. And she goes, what do you mean bury them? I'm going to move them across the pipeline. I go, don't expect anything from it. And she's like, 100 people? Right? In other words, it was profound. But in other words, the sooner you move the quantity across the pipeline, you're going to get your messaging down. You're going to get how to say things correctly that don't offend people. Okay? And every sales rep in the whole world has to get their messaging down on a product. If they move jobs, they move to a different product or whatever it is, they've got to get their messaging down. In other words, it's when it hits, when it hits that good sound where the prospect says, man, I was just thinking about that, or I really need that. Okay? So that is what messaging is, and that's what you're after. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And then also, if you haven't subscribed, you might think about doing so.